सहस्रशीर्षं देवं विश्वाक्षं विश्वशम्भुवम् विश्वन्नारायणं देवमक्षरं परमं पदम् विश्वतः परमान् नित्यं विश्वन्नारायणं हरिम् विश्वमेवेदं पुरुषस्तद्विश्वमुपजीवति
On behalf of Auditorium Arts, the artist for today, Radhika Ramakrishnan, her parents and her entire family, I'd like to extend a very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you here. Yeah, we know it's a Friday evening, light showers, nice breeze, probably you want to sit with a hot cup of tea with some bhajiyas or pakoras maybe, but not to worry, you are not going to be disappointed. We will guarantee that your Friday evening is not going to go in vain. You are going to be watching a beautiful performance by a lovely young girl who's going to come up in a short time to display some of her finest talents. And we all know we are here to enjoy Radhika's Arangetram performance. But for those who are not very familiar with this dance form, I'd like to share with you that Bharatanatyam is one of the oldest, most popular and classical dance forms of India, with its roots originating from the southern states of Tamil Nadu. An ancient art form steeped in complete divinity, this dance system is a very comprehensive and probably the oldest dance system dating almost 2000 years and above. There are many stories associated with the origin of Bharatanatyam as to how it came to being performed on this earth. And one of the most popular and the oldest stories being that Lord Brahma created the fifth Veda called as the Natya Veda, apart from the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, and he presented this to sage Bharata and asked him to go and teach this to the world. Now sage Bharata wrote the Natya Shastra based on this, and then it is believed that he went and imparted this knowledge to the earth. Now, and that is the reason why it is believed that Bharatanatyam is also named after the sage Bharata Muni. And there are many stories, and one of my personal favorites is another story which says that sage Bharata actually took this Natya Shastra and went to Lord Shiva and asked him to give his opinion on it. And Lord Shiva asked his assistant Tandu to show some steps to sage Bharata. And that is how you have the Tandava. Now, Goddess Parvati was sitting there, and being the typical wife, she didn't want to be left alone. And she said that, hey, you know what, I think there's something missing out here, and let me add some stuff to this. So she apparently then added some of her own graceful moments, and that's how the grace and the emotional aspect of Bharatanatyam, the Lasya, was born. And that's how you have both the masculine, the rigorous form of dance, and the feminine, the graceful part of dance coming together as Bharatanatyam. Of course, I've added a little bit of spice for you, but that's generally the story, all right? And also, people say Bharatanatyam is named because it is basically a synchronization of Bhavam, Ragam and Talam, which is Bhavam meaning the abhinaya or the expression, Ragam is the melody, and Talam being the rhythm. And thus you have the word Bharatanatyam. There are many more stories, some funny, some serious, but of course these are some of the most popular ones. And any talk of Bharatanatyam is obviously incomplete without talking about Arangetram. Now Arangetram is typically a Tamil word which means Arangam, meaning a raised platform, and Atram means to climb. So it is that time when an artist climbs a stage for the very first time. So typically, if you look at it, Bharatanatyam was originally performed in the temple courts of India by the Devadasi tradition. But of course, in modern world today, it is being practiced by everyone, both male and female. Most of us today, of course, learn it more as a hobby and a passion. But there are many today who also take it up as a profession. And whether it's a hobby or a profession, there's a lot of dedication, there's a lot of practice, a lot of hard work, a lot of focus going into this dance form because it's not so simple. And that is why Arangetram has a very, very special significance in a dancer's life. You can almost call it like a graduation ceremony. It is that time when the guru or the teacher decides that her or his sishya, the disciple, is ready to go up onto a stage and give a performance to an audience like you. Which is why an Arangetram has a lot of significance for both the guru and the student, because it is the guru's knowledge and the student's talent that is on display. And it is not easy. An Arangetram is not easy at all. It is, the performance ranges from almost 2 to 3 hours, and you can imagine a young girl wearing all heavy costume, jewelry, coming onto the stage. There are probably very little or probably no breaks between the dances, and somebody has to come and dance here continuously for 2 to 3 hours without losing the beauty of the dance, without losing the grace of the dance, and at the same time having the coordination with the orchestra, with the music and the other accompaniments. So that is the reason why Arangetrams are usually performed only after, say, 8 to 12 years of rigorous practice, and it is the decision of the guru who decides that, yes, my student is now ready to go and perform. So speaking of gurus, and I can imagine the guru is probably the most anxious one today sitting out there. So let me give you a little brief introduction about Srimati Priya Satish, Radhika's guru. Of course, we'll talk a lot about her later, but just to give you a little background, Priya Satish started her training from a very young age of 5 and under Guru Kalaimamani Dr. Uma Anand. And with the blessings and guidance of her guru, she was motivated to achieve greatness in dance by winning several awards and scholarships. And one unique thing I want to point out about Priya Satish is that she has had the honor of performing at the Chidambaram Natyanjali Festival for 3 years in a row. And honestly, that is, I would say in Tom Cruise language, mission impossible for an artist. It is not so easy to perform at the Chidambaram Natyanjali Festival, that too for 3 years in a row. She's also been the recipient of several awards, and a very important award, in fact, from the hands of the then Chief Minister, Dr. Karunanidhi himself. And of course, then she had to move on to family life, and she took a little setback, but then she realized that she couldn't leave her passion, and she came back with full force and started her dance school, Auditorium Arts, which actually completed 10 years last year. So we'll speak a little more about Priya Satish a little later. Can we have a huge round of applause for Radhika's guru, as she's the most important person today. And any Bharatanatyam performance is usually incomplete, or I would say rather not possible, with accompanying music. So it is usually Bharatanatyam is performed to Indian classical Carnatic music, and hence the orchestra or the accompaniments are as important as the dance itself, because it is their expertise and their knowledge and their coordination with the dancer which comes together to put up a splendorous performance. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the orchestra very briefly to you. On the Natvangam, of course, we have Radhika's guru Srimati Priya Satish. On the vocals, we have Srimati Bharati Venugopal. On the Mridangam, we have Vidwan V.R. Chandrasekhar. On the violin, we have Shri Madhusudan. On the flute, we have Shri H.S. Venugopal. And last but not the least, on the rhythm pad, we have Shri Karthik Vaidatri. So I think we're all set to start the program. So we've spoken about everybody, we've spoken about the dance, we've spoken about the guru, we've spoken about the orchestra. But there is one very important person we've not spoken about her, and that is Radhika herself. Radhika Ramakrishnan, she's also called Ravina at home. Maybe because of the actress, I don't know. And she's also called Rad by her friends. She's just a young girl of 13 in grade 9 studying at BGS National Public School. A very creative, a very artistic, a very talented young girl and a very friendly girl. She started her dance journey from a very young age of 3, just like her guru. And she's currently pursuing her advanced levels under Guru Srimati Priya Satish. And in fact, she's also completed her Bharatanatyam examinations up to level 4 from Chennai. And apart from dance, she's also learning Carnatic classical music. And she's really a very talented girl. I mean, there's so many things when I asked her to write, to tell me about herself. She knows the keyboard, she knows paper killing, she knows silk thread jewelry, she loves to swim, she loves to read, Harry Potter is her favorite movie. So it was all so good. So I'm like, do you do anything wrong? And then she says, yes, I love quarreling and fighting with my younger sister. And that is something I can relate, and she keeps her stable study table in a total mess. I can totally relate to that. My daughter is exactly like that. And of course, she says she's not much of a talkative person, but she observes and thinks a lot. So anyways, we'll also talk about Radhika a bit more a little later. And without any further delay, we will now begin our program. We will start with the Ganesha Kautvam. And Kautvams are typically invocatory or starting items in a Bharatanatyam recital. It kind of helps the artist to get a grip on the stage, to understand the dynamics of the stage, to get a feel of the audience, more like a warm-up to the main act that follows. And most of the Kautvams are usually dedicated, their songs of devotion in praise of a particular deity. So you can have a Nataraja Kautvam, you could have Kautvams on Lord Kartikeya, Lord Muruga, Kali Kautvams, and so on. But today we have chosen a Ganesha Kautvam because I think we believe Lord Ganesha is the remover of all our obstacles. So what better way to start the program than by offering our prayers to Lord Ganesha. Coming up now, Ganesha Kautvam in Ragam Nate set to Aditalam. Thank you very much. applause and the first word of appreciation is always special for an artist. Thank you very much for your encouragement and support for Radhika. We now move on to the next item. We now come up with the Shabdam, and Shabdams are typically again introductory songs in a Bharatanatyam recital in which the Abhinaya or the expression component is introduced for the first time. The movements are a little more leisurely and the expressions are of course withheld in the beginning, but as the song proceeds, they are slowly released into the song as the dancer gains more footwork. And today's Shabdam is on Lord Muruga or Lord Kartikeya as you may know him, and it describes the life of Kartikeya as how he was a toddler, then how he became a young boy, an adult, and then finally a youth, and then finally an adult. And it also shows, describes about how he's flirting with Valli, his consort, and how he teases her and acts like an old man and asks her to marry him, and then Valli of course refuses, and then they get married. So almost like a Hindi movie, but all Shabdams typically are a reflection of the episodes of various gods and the virtues that we need to follow in our daily life. Today's Shabdam is a beautiful composition by Sembanar Koil Shanmugam in Raga Malika set to Mishra Chaputal. Ladies and gentlemen, Bharatanatyam as a dance form is, of course, you know that it is the oldest dance form and it's very unique because it's more than 2000 years old. But also what you must have noticed in the Shabdam is that it is unique not only because of, because it's old, but it's also because if you look at the dance, it is in one particular dance, the dancer takes on many roles. So in the Shabdam, you saw Radhika taking on the role of Valli, taking on the role of Murugan, the old man, the elephant. So in a particular song, the dancer takes many roles. And speaking of this, we now come to our next focal performance for the day, the Varnams. Varnams, of course, are what I can say as like the pièce de résistance for the entire performance, because it's not only the longest performance. Varnams are usually about 30 minutes to 45 minutes long, but it's also the most challenging, the most enthralling, and the most interesting item in a dance repertoire. And it is in Varnams that you will get to see the whole meaning of Bharatanatyam, which is actually a combination of pure dance and abhinaya. So thus giving the meaning of Bhavam, Ragam and Talam a complete picture, bringing in a sense of deep beauty, dazzle and a deep profundity when the dancer is performing. The dancer actually gets a lot of scope in Varnam to display his or her rhythmic talents along with a rich and a variety of expressions that he or she can use during the performance. And that is why Varnams are typically used as a benchmark to judge the artist's talent and also to judge the Guru's knowledge, because the Varnams can be interpreted in many ways. And Varnams are again songs in praise of a king, in praise of a lord, and the way it is interpreted is completely left to the teacher as to how they want to portray that particular song on that particular day. So today's Varnam, Varuvano Vagai Solladi Yenadaruir Kannan, a beautiful composition by Sri Dandayudapani Pillai. The mood is basically of love through hero worship, so Shringara Bhakti. And here the Naika, the main protagonist, is talking to her friend, her Sakhi, saying that, why doesn't he come? I'm pining and yearning for my Lord. Why doesn't my Lord Kanna? Can he not understand my distress? And parallelly, they are also comparing it with Draupadi yearning for Lord Krishna to come down in her time of distress. So you see the way it can be represented. It can be interpreted in different ways. And the heroine goes on to tell her friend that, she compares him as the Krishna, as the Lord who gave Arjuna the discourse during the battlefield and gave him the meaning of the Bhagavad Gita. And he says, I am not able to drink, I'm not able to eat anything. Why doesn't he understand and why doesn't he come down and meet me? Varuvano Vagai Solladi, a beautiful composition by Dandayudapani Pillai in Ragam Kambodhi set to Aditala.
diku taka ta dingina tom ta di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam jam taka di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam ta di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam taka di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam taka di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam tak di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam tak di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam di nut ta dim mi ta hat ta jam tak di nut ta dim mi ta taka jam taka nam taka rum taka dik taka di nut ta dim mi tai taka jam taka nam taka rum taka dik taka di nut ta dim mi taka di nut ta dik taka di nut ta dim mi taka di nut ta dim mi tam ta kratak tagartom di tam ta kratak tagartom di tam ta kratak tagartom diku taka ta dingina tom ta diku taka ding ku takita taka ding ding kukota ding kukota ding ku taka ding ku taka kratak talang ku taka diku taka ding ku takita taka ding kukota ding ku taka ding ku taka kratak talang ku taka diku ku ta ding ku ta ina ka ta ding ku ta kratak ta ding ku ta diku ku taka ta ding ku naka ta ding ku kratak ta ding ku ta tam kratak ta tom ta tam ta ding na tom tak ta ding ko tak ding ko tak ko tak ta lang ko tak ta ding ko tak ding ko tai ding ko tak ta lang ko tak ta ding ko tak ding ko ta ta ding ko tak ding ko ta ta ding ko tak ta ding ko ta ding ko ta tom ta ding ko tak ta ding ko ta ding ko ta tom ta ding ko tak ta ding ko ta ding ko ta ta ding na tom ta ding ta ding ta ding ta ding ta ding ta ding ta kuna Tadingina tom tat tik taka naka tata, satta jam jam tari tata, satta jam tari tata, natta jam natta dili tata, kutana kutaka jam, tatta tata kutana kutaka jam, tatta ta kutana kutaka kutana kutana kuta, kutaka kutaka ta, kutaka kutaka ta, kutana kutaka kutana kutana kuta, kutaka kutaka ta, kutaka kutaka ta, kutana kutaka kutana kutana kuta, kutaka kutaka ta, kutaka kutaka ta.
Mati yega samayam jayado yanarage Mati yega samayam jayado yanarage Mati yega samayam jayado yanarage Mati yega samayam Gopakumaran Tirumeni Kanil Sed Vedumadi Yand Manu Tata Bad Solladi Dogi Varadana Tapodan Padiru Varado Nanda Gopakumaran Tirumeni Kanil Sed Vedumadi Yand Manu Tata Bad Solladi Dogi Mati Vigasanayam Jayado சோதனைகள் செய்வதும் முறையாகுமா அறியாத பேதகிதம் சோதனைகள் செய்வதும் முறையாகுமா அறியாத பேதகிதம் ஆதியில் எழுதகம் ஆதி பகவன் வந்து வேத நீட்டிகளை ஓடிடுவே பெரும் வேதனைகள் சூழையன் நெஞ்சம் குளிர்ந்து வேதங்கள் ஓடி மறையின் கதிலும் கோடி முகனது மலரை ஓடிவிடு பாத சேவையாக தொண்டை சோதனைகள் செய்வது முறையாக அறியாத சேதகிதம் ஆதியில் எழுதகம் ஆதி பகவன் வந்து வேதனை குதலை ஓடுது வேதனைகள் சூழல் நெஞ்சம் குளிர்ந்து வேதங்கள் ஓடி மறையின் கதிலும் ஓடி முகனது மலரை ஓடிவிடு பாத சேவையாக சரசொல்லை
One of the things that Radhika mentioned to me was that she said she needed to improve her confidence. And do you really think so? After seeing this performance? I definitely don't think. I think she was wonderful. And she also told me that people think that I'm scared, but I'm actually very fearless. So that I believe totally. Can we have a huge round of applause once again for Radhika, please? That was a beautiful performance. A really long one, but she was absolutely brilliant in that. And ladies and gentlemen, I think it's the right time for me to kind of introduce you to Radhika's parents, just to give a little profile about them. I did ask them for a lot of stuff, but they kind of just gave me 2 lines. So Radhika's dad gave me 2 lines about himself, and Radhika's mom gave me 2 lines. But Radhika's father, Ramakrishnan Raman, is a B.Tech and MS from IIT Madras. And he currently works at Honeywell, and he's also the Assistant Director for International Council on Systems Engineering, Asia, Oceania. And her mother, Shubha, is, though from a commerce background, but she has keen interests in Tamil culture, music, dance and arts. And as a homemaker and as a proud mother of 2 daughters, she enjoys traveling with family and spending time with friends. In fact, I believe that it's her mother's intense passion for music and arts that is what has motivated and inspired Radhika to take up and learn different art forms like dance and music. And we hope that Radhika continues to learn the same way under the guidance of her parents and gurus. So we now come to our next performance. Usually to understand an Indian dance drama or a natya, one has to understand and appreciate Indian legends. Because most of the dances, if you see, take their themes from the rich mythology that India has, the different folklores, the different folk stories that we hear while we're growing up. And Hindu gods and goddesses like Vishnu, Rama, Sita, Devi, Durga, all of them are portrayed in different dance forms, and they're used in many, many dance performances, whether it is Bharatanatyam or any other Indian dance form. So coming to which, we now come to our next performance, Devi Niye Thune. So the beautiful song on the fish-eyed Meenakshi who resides at Madurai Meenakshi temple. How many of you have been there? Show of hands. Sorry, there's no light, I can't see. Anyway, Madurai Meenakshi temple is in South India, of course, and this is a beautiful composition by Papanasam Shivan, and it talks about Meenakshi, who has eyes like a fish, and the devotee is singing and praising her, saying, "Oh goddess, you are my only support. You with the fish-like eyes. living in Madurai of the south, and he also describes her as, "O mother, who is the prettiest in the universe, you have stolen the heart of Lord Sundaresha, who is Lord Shiva, her consort, and you are the result of the great penance of Malayadwaja Pandya and the daughter of Kanchanamala." And he also praises her, saying, "O great queen, you are the goddess who's also revered and respected by goddess Saraswati and Lakshmi." Coming up now, Devi Niye Tune in Kiravani, set to Adital.
Kanchana